Gringos, gringos, en Buenos Aires, en Buenos Aires, gringos, en Buenos Aires. Lights on the street, the rhythm is jumping, gringos in town and everybody is humping. From the north to the south, we're making some noise, showing the world we got the soul and the voice. Gringos en Buenos Aires.
Welcome to another dose of the Gringos in Buenos Aires podcast, the podcast that brings expat / immigrant life to you. I'm here with a former CEO, here over the rainbow since 2022. She's originally from San Jose, California. Let's give a warm Gringos welcome to Janice.
Thank you, Paul.
Hello, Janice. Thank you for joining me here today, joining us.
And thank you for having me.
All right. So you've been here since 2022.
Yes.
Oh, you're a rookie here.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, time flies.
Oh, it is. I can't believe it. I was thinking about it when I was coming over here. I've been here three years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Huh?
December of 22 is when we moved into our apartment here in Buenos Aires.
3 years. And how did you end up in Buenos Aires, Argentina?
Well, my late husband, Clarence, and I left Texas in May of 22 and drove the Pan American Highway all the way down into Ushuaia. And on the way down, we stopped in Buenos Aires. I can't tell you, there's something about the city. You know, you got history, you got music, you have the architecture, the people are incredible. And we had our house for rent, and our renter didn't want us to come back. So we said, you know, we could live here and travel from here. So we found an apartment, and we moved in December of 22.
So you drove the Pan American Highway in what?
A Lincoln Navigator.
A Lincoln Navigator.
Which is a big SUV. Do you know what a Lincoln Navigator is?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's just a huge SUV, very common in the United States. And my husband, we took out the backs or the middle seats, and so we had room. And then he made a platform bed for us, and so we could store stuff underneath. And we also stored stuff on the top of the car, and we would camp or we'd stay in a hotel.
That's quite an adventure.
Oh, I'm telling you.
How did you decide to do that? Nobody gets, all right, let's drive to Ushuaia.
Yeah, let's just drive. Years before, I saw the movie, shoot, now I can't remember. Anyhow, he drove Route 22. And I always thought I would love to do that one day. I'm a traveler at heart. My parents traveled the world, and they would send me postcards from wherever they were at, and I kept them on my wall. And I said, I got to go there. I got to go there. I got to go do this. And so I think they gave me the spirit, and so I love to travel. And so one day I turned to Clarence, and I was still working. He was retired. And I said, how about we drive the Pan American Highway? Yeah. And he looked at me and he said, you're crazy, but yeah, let's do it.
Wow.
So took us about a year to get everything figured out. And I was still running my company. And so I had to slowly phase out of that and get that done. And we figured out not where we're going. We traveled however the wind blew us, basically. We would come into a spot and say, we really like this place. You know, we might be camping, and we might camp for a week, or we might camp for a night. Sure. Just depending on how we felt and if we were liking the place. And then we just went, and we did remote camping. There was no campground, and we would just... like in Peru, in Chile, we'd just pull off. We were traveling down by the beach, and we'd see an area, and it was like, oh, there's a dirt road, and we'd just pull down there and sort of hide behind some rocks so people didn't see us from the road.
Yeah.
And we'd camp.
Wow.
Or if we didn't camp, then we would stay in a hotel.
Must have been a reliable car. Did you have any car trouble?
A couple of times we did, but fortunately nothing major. We did, this SUV has like hydraulic jack that keeps the car level in the back end, and Clarence sort of ran off the road. We were in construction area, and they were letting us go we ended up going over on the side. So then they pulled us out, and that caused a problem with that part. So when we came into Mendoza, we stopped at the Ford dealership, and they're like, we've never seen this car before.
Yeah.
And so they fortunately, I mean, it was incredible. They took the part apart and found out that it was one of the rubber gaskets that needed to be replaced. And so they found a rubber gasket. They put it back together, the lift work, and off we went. But I believe it's the only Lincoln Navigator in South America.
Sure.
Everybody would look at us like, what kind of car is this?
Yeah.
And when I do drive it, I don't drive it very often.
Oh, you still have it?
I still have it.
Oh, wow.
Well, I did.
Oh.
Just like we have visas. Now I have my DNI now.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. And I'm in the process of renewing it for the first year. Well, the car has a visa, and I had to take it across to Uruguay. I get on Buki bus and take it over to Uruguay and come back and renew the visa. Well, November, the visa ran out, and I just like,
It's going to go to jail.
Yeah, it's the end. It's like, geez, I wasn't in the mood, and I had so many things going on, and I was getting ready to go on a trip. So I just thought, I'll just blow it off. I read everybody's personal visas where people have ever stayed, their visa, and they're at the airport, then they just go to some room and they pay.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, well, that's probably what will happen with the car. I'll just have to go in and pay for the how lateness. Well, no. Aduana came out, and you have to show your papers to them, and she said, your visa's expired on the car. And I said, yes, I know, I'm sorry, apologized, And she said, we have to seize your car. So it was like, okay. So when the ship was loading, we took the car down, and I parked it down below and had to give her the keys. And she said, you'll be in contact with customs. It could be 60, 90 days, who knows? So I said, okay, no reason to get excited. It was my own fault. And so I said, well, they'll just notify me eventually. Well, they finally notified me, and they decided, because I have several fines against me. One personally for not taking the car and getting it registered and getting the visa done. And then the car, they figured the car was worth $20,000 US, which it's not. It's a 2008 SUV and has over 300,000 miles on it. I would be lucky to trade it in the United States for $2,000.
Yeah.
So anyhow, ended up getting an attorney, and he's gone and talked to customs. There's no way I'm not paying. And they all said, don't pay. This is crazy. And so this week, yesterday, in fact, I had to go sign a document, and I gave them my car. And now we'll just wait, and they'll eventually put the car into auction, collect some money, and then they'll go to court and take me to court, and because of this federal fine, and see if they can get it. And so
It's crazy.
it's
so
crazy.
Crazy.
It's crazy. Everybody.
First of all, that a
I talk
car
to-
needs a visa. I mean,
Well, yeah, it's not a person.
car.
It's just a car. And I was at Buki Bus getting ready to go on the ferry to Uruguay. I was leaving the country. And, it was, the visa was like 3 months past due when I was doing this. And no, they just, and, you can't fight them. I mean, I'm not going to fight them.
I'm trying to think of a solution while you're telling me this. There's got to be a way. I mean, I've never heard of anything like this before.
No. So it's a warning. So anybody that drives in to Argentina with their car that's non-registered Argentina, make sure you renew that visa on time. Otherwise, they're going to seize your car. And unless you want to pay big money, it's definitely not worth it. The car is not worth that amount of money.
Yeah, definitely.
So
not. Here there's a 50% tax on cars, but still, it's ridiculous.
Well, that's it.
Just the whole concept of a car needing a visa is just ridiculous.
Well, right. And I mean, and it did happen as each country that we traveled through. We always, not only did we have to show our documents, passport and that, we would have to go to aduana and show the paperwork for the car. And we get a visa for the car through every country we went through. It's just part of the process.
Protocol, yeah.
And, when you go into the border, you check out of the one country, go a few miles, check into the next country. And you just did that. And I mean, I don't know. I wasn't.
Wow.
What do you say?
Yeah.
It's
So that's a good, good advice, right? If you're planning on traveling and doing that, make sure you get a Fiat.
well, I don't think it's, Argentina customs decides what the merchandise is worth. And even though you can prove that, like, my car is not worth that amount of money, they still say, no, that's how much it is. And they're the ones making the rules. So
Sure.
it's like, okay.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah. But hey, it was sitting in the garage parked. I only took it out when I had to go to get the visa run.
Yeah.
So it's too big of a car to drive.
Yeah.
And then, and people drive crazy here, and the bus drivers and the taxi cab drivers. So I didn't mind driving. I was okay driving. But it was like, no, let me go by bus. It's easier for me to go by bus or by a taxi.
You really don't need a car here.
You don't need a car.
You don't.
So it was really a hassle because I was having to take it out each, 90 days. Sometimes it was 90 days. Sometimes they gave me 9 months on my visa.
I can imagine also during this whole situation, how's your Spanish?
Poquito.
So
Yeah.
how were you communicating with these people the day?
Well, I lucked out that aduana, the two ladies that were there at Buki Bus with aduana, they both spoke English.
Yeah.
So I lucked out. I've gone through there before, and that none of them spoke any English. And they were always wondering why, they always asked me a lot of questions when I would leave. And then when I come back, it was, what are you doing? And it's like, they just
something's up with this lady in this car.
Yeah, it's like, they'd have the dog sniffing around the car, making sure I'm not carrying anything illegal.
Yeah.
I guess it's not normal.
You don't look like a dope dealer.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's not a normal thing. I think people that travel the Pan American Highway, all the ones that I see, they go down, they hit Ushuaia, and then they go back to their home. Yeah. So I don't think it's not usual for somebody to drive and then stay living here.
Yeah.
And hey, we were both retired. But then we love Buenos Aires. It's like we could live here and travel from here.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
yeah, so that's
Wow,
what we
that's
did.
quite a story. Poor car. Well, yeah, it's yeah, and now you just have to wait.
Yeah, now just wait, and hopefully they can't do anything to my immigration or my DNI, fortunately. So I don't have to worry about them kicking me out of Argentina, because I definitely want to stay here. I love this country. So that's not the problem. But somewhere down the road, and, government runs very slow here, they will eventually put the car into auction. I guess once a year they have an auction. They'll put the car into auction, and then hopefully somebody will buy it. If not, I don't know what they do with it.
And who gets the money?
The government.
The government. So it's not your car anymore?
It's not my car. It is not my car. I have
So they stole your car.
basically. Yeah.
The customs stole your car.
Yeah, customs stole my car.
Wow.
And it's like, and there's absolutely, I have a customs attorney, and there's absolutely, I could pay.
Not a very good one.
Well, no, I think he is. It's like, but how do you can't fight the system, Argentina government, they set their own rules, and you can't fight it, and they won't negotiate, because we thought, well, maybe let's negotiate, and I'll pay you $5,000. Okay, I'll pay you the fine that federally that they're attaching to me. I'll pay that, and you keep the car. No, there's no negotiation. Either I had to pay the $20,000, which was my fine, the car, importing the car, EVA taxes, and a penalty for going over the visa date. And
Someone must want that car really bad. I think someone wants that car.
yeah.
I think it's here.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
It's here. I've never seen. I want this car. That's why they're doing that. Because I think if it were like any other random car, like a Honda or something like that, they'd be like, "Yeah, okay, go just get this car out of here."
Yeah. It could be.
I think so.
It could be.
Since it's exotic, let's say.
But it's got 300,000 miles on it.
Yeah, but they don't care. They fix everything here.
Well, they don't have any parts for Lincoln Navigators here.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's what we ran into in Mendoza.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was a Ford dealership, and Lincoln and Ford have similar cars,
Yeah.
but they didn't even have the Expedition, which is comparable to the Lincoln Navigator. They didn't even have that here. So it's like they couldn't take some of those parts and put on into my car.
Yeah.
So, hey.
Oh well.
Yeah. One of my friends, Eddie, he takes me to the airport back and forth, and he's originally from Venezuela. And so last time when I was going on a trip, and so I told him, gave him status of what happened with the car. And he's like, well, Janice, let's get the car back, and we'll drive it to Venezuela. He said, I got some friends, and I bet we could sell that car for big bucks. And it was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, who are we going to sell it to? The cartel? That's okay.
All right.
But, it's always, you have to laugh at it.
Yeah.
It
is, some things you just gotta laugh. There's nothing else you can do.
That's
take
it. I'm 67 years old.
You're not gonna
I'm
worry
not
about it.
going to get excited about or get upset about this. It's like, it's not worth it. It's my own fault. I'm the one that decided not to do it, but I had no idea what would happen.
Yeah.
If I'd known, I would have
Sure.
definitely gone over in
Sure.
November and
Sure.
renewed the license.
Yeah. Well, apart from that, any other bad experiences you've had here apart from that?
No, well, I was also
Because this is good for other people.
right.
Yeah,
People need to understand.
People need to understand some of the pitfalls.
And things have changed. So, like it used to be, we got a visa when we came in to the country, and it was valid for 90 days, and you had to leave. Now, so a lot of people were doing that run to Uruguay. and coming back and renewing their visa. And then some people, just said, oh, heck with it, and I'll just pay a fee at the airport when I leave. And so they wouldn't renew their visa. Well, I don't hear as many people doing that nowadays. I think more people are realizing they need to update their visa. Yeah. Well, I found out that I was always good about leaving the country, and then I would come back every 90 days or prior to my visa expiring. And I'd leave. Sometimes I was just going across the board to Uruguay, and then sometimes I was going on a trip for a month. Well, back in a couple years ago, I was coming and going a lot. So it was like, okay, no problem. I'm fine with the 90 days. Well, I came back from a trip, and I was at the airport, and fortunately the customs guy spoke English, and he said, what are you doing? And I said, hey, I'm retired. I have friends here that are retired, and I come down a lot, and, we're going to go play. I don't know. They got some excursion. We're going to go do something. I don't know what it is, but we're going to go just do fun, and then I'll leave again. Okay, so he let me through. Then a couple months later, I did another trip, and I came back, and the customs lady left her cube. I thought, that's not a good sign. So fortunately, I had a trip folder, so I pulled out my next trip, and so when she came back, I showed her the itinerary. I didn't show her, I didn't have the tickets. It said, it's from the airline, and what I'm leaving and when I'm coming back. Now, if she looked at it close enough, she would have seen I was leaving Buenos Aires, yes, but I was coming back to Buenos Aires. But she let me through. So that's when I realized there's more to this than 90 days. So I contacted, a friend gave me an immigration attorney. I contacted Gabriel, and he said, Janice, you're really illegal. He said, the law is you can be in Argentina for 6 months.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Paul Perry from the Gringos in Buenos Aires podcast. If you're an expat/immigrant and looking for midterm rental, hassle-free, no hidden fees, and no Airbnb BS, I highly recommend Be Trusty. Mention Gringos in Buenos Aires and get your commission-free rental today. Ciao for now.
6 months. And then you have to be gone for 6 months. It's not that the visa, yes, is only 90 days. You have to renew that, but you can only stay here for 6 months, and then you have to leave for 6 months. And well, of course, I was illegal.
Wow!
And it was pretty.
They got their eye on you.
Oh,
They're watching you.
They were watching me, and it was like, okay. And and coming from the States, and the States have got a lot of issues. We've all heard, about what they're doing to the illegals. So I couldn't help but call my sister up that night and say, you're just not going to believe I'm considered an illegal here in Argentina. And so, we just laughed because it was like we had all these illegals in the United States, and now I'm a U.S. citizen, and I'm illegally here in Argentina. So anyhow, we started the process. I got my Picaria, and then I eventually got my DNI, and now we're working on renewing for the second year.
Yeah. Can you get an Argentine passport?
I eventually could. But I was talking to my attorney because I had to go over to his office yesterday to sign that I was releasing my car to customs. And we were talking, and he was telling me Argentina's really locking down on letting people come in to this country. Apparently, if you're African, if coming from Africa or Asia, they're not letting you in.
Wow, check that out.
And or they may let you in as a tourist, but they're not letting you in to get your citizenship. And he said things are really tightening down. And in fact, immigrations is not even like renewing DNIs. It's taking forever to renew your DNI.
Check that out.
So there's a lot of changes happening. So people need to really be aware of their visa
and their status
and what the status is.
Their immigration status.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Also, it's becoming it's not a cheap country to live in anymore, especially Buenos Aires.
No.
It's not cheap.
No, but hey, it's not as bad as the United States.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Every time I do go back because my sister's there, my family. And so I go back.
Where is back? Texas?
Texas.
Because I noticed a Texas accent.
Yes. Yeah. I've been in Texas longer than I was in California. I moved to Texas in 1980. So I guess I have this Texas accent. And so I go back and I see family and friends and at least once a year. And so I go to my favorite restaurants. And, I love Mexican food. Well, the prices there are crazy. And so, yes, Argentina, we've all seen the increase of prices on the food and everything. Yeah. Well, they're worse. It's worse than the United States. People are having really tough times in the United States being able to afford things.
Food here is relatively affordable still. I mean, you can get good quality food.
Right.
At good prices. That's one thing. I know that my brother told me, he comes here, and first thing he does, he goes to the greengrocer and he gets tomatoes. He's like, bites into a tomato. Oh man, this tastes like a tomato. It's like Jersey tomatoes. Everybody go to Jersey to get Jersey tomatoes.
Oh really?
You buy potatoes and the potatoes still got dirt on them. Because they're
Isn't that strange?
You gotta wash the potatoes because they got dirt on them. Everything's fresh. Everything's fresh and natural.
The melons, and the cherries.
Yeah.
It's incredible how fresh. And the lettuce is fresh. I used to, where I go in Gainesville, that was the town I lived outside of, and I go to the grocery store, and I told the produce manager, I said, I believe Tom Thumb, which is a major grocery store, that they were taking them from Dallas, they'd expired in Dallas, and then I believe they sent them up to Gainesville trying to sell it to us. It's like you look at the bottom where they cut it, and it's all brown and yucky, and it's like, really? So no, I was amazed. Once we got into Mexico and just traveling here, the fruits and vegetables are so fresh.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love it.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. And what about healthcare? Do you do the public healthcare system? Have you used the public healthcare is free here, but
right. No, I haven't. Fortunately, knock on wood, I haven't needed to. I did something to my knee back in.
A lot of people
December.
fall down. My mom fell. My mom, she's every time she walks out, she falls because the sidewalks are like a mess. So.
Yeah. I do have to pay attention because I do walk.
Yeah.
And I have some girlfriends that have fallen.
Yeah.
One broke her kneecap, and then she goes through 6 weeks. Gets the brace off. And then she's walking and she falls again. And then she just had to have surgery the second time. But fortunately, I have not had any problems. I'm in good health. But I carry Cigna Global Healthcare.
Okay.
And so I'm covered anywhere but the United States. Because I do travel a lot. And so this way, it doesn't matter where I'm at. And I tell my sister when I come to Texas, the joke is, if anything goes wrong, get me in the car and drive me to Mexico, and just get me into Mexico and send me into the hospital because I'm not covered in the United States.
Yeah.
And so, but
yeah, also healthcare, and not only is it, I have private healthcare. Me and my family, I pay like 500,000 pesos. But we don't pay for anything. I get free dental, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I do. I work for a law firm in Miami. I do. Sometimes I have to prepare a demand letter, and I got to check the medical reports. And an MRI, I did one today. An MRI was $5,000 in the U.S.
Oh yeah.
And
How much is an MRI here?
Nothing. It's free. I mean, if you could go to a public hospital and get an MRI, you're probably about an appointment's like in a month. But since I got private health care, it's nothing. And it's let's just say if I need to get 10 MRIs, it's already a month's worth of my health care for my entire family, 5.
Right.
So healthcare is relatively cheap here, private healthcare, compared to the U.S.
It's definitely like I had to get an X-ray on my knee. I paid $10 equivalent, I paid in pesos, but it was basically $10. And I mean, I saw the orthopedic doctor. He walked me back to the X-ray. I went and had the X-ray. I came back, and the guy said, "Just sit here and wait." And he said, "I'll be back with you in a couple minutes." He prints out my X-ray, brings it to me, and then I walk back and see the orthopedic doctor who's gotten it on his WhatsApp. And so he looks at it and he said, "Well, I don't see anything broke, which is good. So I've just apparently twisted, upset a muscle." And he said, "Just ice it, and if it doesn't get better, then we'll send you for an MRI." But then it got better. But I think he was equivalent to $50 that I paid to see an orthopedic doctor. Yeah. Well, in the States, that would be, several $100s. And then it's not going to happen the same day. They're going to send me over to go get an X-ray. And then it's going to be several weeks before he gets it. Healthcare is crazy in the United States. It's not good. But I lost my husband here, and he was in the hospital a lot, on and off. But we got to see what happens with healthcare. Now, we were cash patients, so we ended up having to pay, but the cost was nothing compared to what it would have been in the United States. And it was just amazing, the healthcare. When the colon doctor, he would WhatsApp me, so I'm heading over to the hospital. So I knew, okay, I don't have to go to the hospital and sit there all day waiting for the doctor to come in. I could send him a message on WhatsApp and he'd respond to me. Yeah. Well, that doesn't happen in the United States. No. And and the dentist here, the dentist I go to, it's nothing, and he has all the latest and greatest equipment. So,
it's good.
It's good here.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm not worried about if I need something done. I'm perfectly fine having it done here in Argentina.
Cool.
Yeah, just knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
Don't have to.
Yeah, that's hope not. Okay, good. We met. You're the founder of Bain.
Well, no, I'm not a fan. Bain's been around for over 30 years.
Really? Bain is Buenos Aires
Buenos Aires International Network. And we just changed it. It used to be Buenos Aires International Newcomers. But last year, at the end of the year, we changed the name from Newcomers to Network because we're not all new. Your past guest, Cliff, he's been here over 30 years. He and his wife been over here 30 years. They're members of Bain. There's a lot of other members that have been here for years. And then we have a lot of people that just come for like 3 months. They come in the summer for 3 months and stay, and then they leave. So we are a group of basic expats, but we do have some Argentine members. And we get together twice a month. We'll do wine and tapas at a member's home. Everybody brings a bottle of wine or champagne and tapas, and we all share and socialize. And then we have a social event at the end of every month, and we go to some bar and drink and talk for 2 hours. And I'm the president, and so I've been the president last 2 years. Love it. Gives me something to do. And
Is it growing?
It is growing, constantly getting new members, which is great.
Yeah, great.
And so the word of mouth, and it's, when I first got here, Clarence and I would go to a lot of the foodies groups. Now, we were the old ones, and, they're 20s and 30-year-olds. They accepted us, they talked to us, we had fun with them, but at our age, talking to a 20-year-old, we don't have really anything in
common. It's like hanging out with your kids.
Yeah, that's it. So after Clarence passed away, I went home, take care of business, and I came back, and I was just searching on the internet, and I found Bain. So not knowing anything about them, so I signed up to go to their social, and I walked in, and it was like, oh my goodness, this is my group. They're all my age range. Uh-huh. And so I love it.
How do you join? How does one have?
You go to Bain. What's the website? Isn't that awful?
Bain.com? No.
It's Bain Downtown. Bain, Bain, downtown.com.
Oh, okay.
On the web, and you'll see membership. You click on membership, fill out the form, submit, and then it will come into our email, and then our membership director will get in touch with you, and then you'll start receiving your emails.
Anyone can join.
Anyone can join. Yeah. Anybody can join. We have members from all over the world.
Even Africans and Asians.
Yes, even Africans and Asians. Yes, we love everybody. And we have people from all over the world. Some are here, I've got a good girlfriend that's from Ireland. One's from Scotland. There's a group of ladies that we get together every Thursday for champagne at La Biella.
La Biella.
And that's not a Bain event, but it's just a group of girls, ladies, to get together, and we drink champagne and we chat and help each other out, and it's wonderful. I love it. That's what's helped me stay here.
Yeah, sure.
And if I need help, I've got somebody to call on.
Do you go to the Teatro Colón, for example? Do you do the theater scene?
Yes, I just did that last Thursday.
Oh, really?
And I saw the Romeo and Juliet opera. And then I also I like Palacio Paz. There's a group that does the operas there. So I do that. We're always looking for things to do. So we don't.
There's a lot to do.
There's so much to do. So much to do. And I like doing events. So I'd like to, even though we have our 2 major events every month for Bain, we also, if I find something like right now, we're looking at going bowling. There's a few of us that like to go bowling, and it's a social thing. You can come, you don't have to bowl, you can come and drink some beer while we bowl, watch it, laugh at us, we'll throw a gutter ball. So we're looking at doing bowling. We do picnics. We have a fabulous Christmas party or holiday party at the end of every year. You have to be a member. And last year I had a magician come. Nobody knew, and I set that up for the entertainment, and it was so much fun. So I'm not sure what entertainment they'll do, and I'm going to travel. I'm going to be gone for 3 months, and so I won't be here for the Christmas party. So we've got the room all figured out. We have the caterer figured out. Now I'm working on getting a group together to figure out entertainment.
Do you have Argentine friends?
I do. And
do you drink mate with them?
No. We're never. I'm never around them when they're drinking mate.
Have you tried mate?
I have. I've tried it once, but it was like, just once. So we've talked about, we ought to do a mate experience and, go And there's places that I guess, you can get served, like wine tasting. You can do mate tasting. So it's, I haven't done it yet, but I'm thinking that might be a main event, for whoever wants to go. You don't have to come. You can come if you want. But yeah.
Drink mate.
Drink mate, I'm more of a champagne lady, but hey, I'll try it. It's amazing. The first thing I noticed about Buenos Aires is how everybody greets each other. It doesn't matter if it's a woman or a man, but everybody, hugs and gives you a kiss on the cheek, and
sure,
and that doesn't happen in the United States. Okay, it just doesn't happen. And then I saw mate drinkers, and they're all sharing the cup. And I know it's not a straw, but it looks like a straw.
It's kind of a straw, yeah. It's a straw with like a filter.
And everybody drinks out of it, and it was like, that would never happen in the United States. You
don't sip even, unless you're a kid.
You don't even drink somebody's Coke. You don't even take a sip out of somebody's Coke.
Yeah.
We're just all paranoid about germs. I'm not, but a lot of U.S. people are just like, oh, you shouldn't do that. And, and a guy would never hug and give another guy a peck on the cheek. It's like, that doesn't happen. And I was just found that the Argentine people are so loving and so caring, and and it doesn't matter. I've never had anybody yell at me or be upset with me, even though I don't speak Spanish. They are, they're all nice to me. It's just a wonderful country.
It's pretty amazing that you can live in a country without having to speak the language and do your everyday things like shop,
right?
And every other thing that you do without knowing the language.
Right. I've taken a couple of courses. I went to school. I started with a private class, and we did 3 classes, and it was like, okay, this just isn't working. So then I went to school. It was 2 weeks straight, Monday through Friday, from like 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock. But the first week it's like, this is so intense. It's like, this is rough. And I'm having problems pronouncing words. And now I was in a class with a lot of younger people, and, they're having no problem. So, but at the end of the class, end of the 2 weeks, I said, okay, they were all going over to the next group. And I said, I need to go repeat the first class. And so I talked to missions, and they said, well, no, let's do 2 hours every day and for private class. Okay. I can do that. That won't be such a stress.
Yeah.
And so I did that, but it was still
It could probably take you about maybe 6 months to learn the verb to be, with all the different combinations.
Right. And then everybody speaks so fast here.
Yeah.
And it's like, really? I have no clue what you just said. Yeah. So I learned my vegetables. If I know in the taxi, if I can't pronounce the name of where I want to go, I write the address on a piece of paper and I hand it to them. My Texas accent seems to toss some of them because the way I pronounce certain words, and it's like, no, Janice. And they tell me. So it's like, okay, I just can't help my accent. So I don't, I know how to get around. I can go in and tell the bus driver, what stop I want to get off.
Yeah. So it's a friendly place. It is.
It's everybody's so friendly. It's like, and then when if I get in a taxi and the taxi driver knows English, he knows as soon as I get in that I don't speak Spanish. Yeah. And so they get to practice their English with me. So, hey.
Is there anything about Buenos Aires that gets on your nerves or you dislike? You could say, oh, I wish I could change this, or you think that it's hard to get used to? Do you take a siesta, for example?
Oh, yeah. Every once in a while I do take a siesta. Nothing, customs,
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
with what I've
we know
done with
that.
the car,
Yeah, definitely.
but that's my own fault. I accept that. But it's like, really, I mean, I know people have told me never ship anything here. Because, you may be able to prove that, hey, this microphone only costs $50.
Sure.
Well, no, customs says, no, that microphone is several $1,000s. And you got to go with what price. Yeah. So I tell all my friends and family, you cannot ship me anything. Ship it to my sister, and if I come, I can get it. Or if she comes down here, I can get it, or we can pass it over to somebody else I know, and they can hand carry it down here. I would never ship anything.
Sure.
Which is a shame.
Yeah. Because you seemed you were a CEO of a company, and to be a CEO of a company, I imagine I'm not a businessman. I've never really had a real job, but you have a certain structure. You have to be a structured person. Maybe this country is not for people that are structured, because first of all, people are always late.
Yeah.
Being late. I remember I worked as an English teacher for about 30 years, and I was always on time, but my students are always late. Yeah. Even it's their dime.
Right.
So for some people just couldn't fit in here. Some people can't take it.
No, I see. I'm very much an adventure person. I love to wander the streets because you never know what you're going to see. And I find I've traveled all over the world, and it doesn't matter. It's not just Argentina. When I see a group of Americans, I don't follow the flag. Okay. Sure. Those tour groups, that's not my thing. But when I see those groups, I usually head the different direction because they just all drive me crazy. And the Americans that are on there, they look like deer in headlights. Like they're so scared if I just wander down that street and the group goes this way, I might get lost. I might get kidnapped. It's like, really? You just might be amazed if you walk down that street what you might see. And it's like, step out. Sure. But I have a lot of friends in the United States and they've gotten better. They're starting to travel now, which is wonderful. I'm loving seeing that they're going to travel, but they do. Hopefully they never listen to this podcast because they just kill me.
They might. It's getting pretty popular.
Yeah, they might kill me, but they're all follow the flag.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, we can't wander off that street. So, I post a lot when I post on Facebook. And so I'll take pictures of wherever I'm at. And sure. Like I was in Paris for 2 weeks in January. And I just go, just walk. The city is a city. It's just like Buenos Aires. It's like New York City. You just walk.
Sure.
You never know what you're going to see. You never know what you're going to stop in and have to eat. And so I post this. So some of them have they love watching me because they think I'm crazy that I would go do that. But I think it's helping them know that, when I go.
You got to get out of the bubble.
Yeah, when I go, I don't have, if I go to Paris or go to Europe, I don't need to always, like in the evening when the group isn't together, I could wander down that street.
Sure.
And hopefully they do, because it's just amazing.
You've traveled all around the world, you said. Any other city that resembles Buenos Aires that you might consider living in, or is this the place for you?
Oh, this is definitely the place for me. I love Paris, and I love Italy, but the taxes, the size apartment, what I have here and what I would have in Paris that I could afford is just, I can't do 35 meter square apartment.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Sure.
You know, there's certain things that I just won't give up. I like room.
Yeah, 35 square meters for like a
that's
single,
just
like a
tiny.
student. Yeah,
That's tiny. And I have friends that are here that live in a studio, and the studio is really nice, but I need some room.
Yeah,
I need some
sure.
room to walk around, you know.
Sure,
Sure.
sure.
You know, I'm just a certain way. So I'm used to room, but I figure I can travel anywhere from here. So why not I'll just stay in Buenos Aires, and I'll travel the world. So
Right.
I'm getting ready to go to India, Bhutan, and
Oh,
Nepal
Nice.
in October. So I'm really excited
All right.
about that.
Okay, Janice.
Okay.
Well, that was very insightful. Thank you so much for sharing all that information and
Sure.
part of your adventurous life
Yeah.
that you have and the adventures to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, that was very. Anyone you want to say hi to? That's your camera.
Oh, hey.
right?
Hey, sis. I love you. I miss you. I'll see you soon in December.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Janice, for your time. Once again, thank you for visiting us, me and my audience, my viewers on the Gringos in Buenos Aires podcast. And I'll see you at the next Bain event, most likely.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a member.
Yes, you are.
I'm a member and a proud member of Bain. And anyone out there that wants to join, please contact. You can contact me or
BainDowntown.com.
there you go. Thank you very much for being there, and I'll catch you next time for another dose of the Gringos in Buenos Aires podcast. Ciao for now.
Ciao.
Gringos in Buenos Aires. Lights on the street, the rhythm is jumping. Gringos in town and everybody is humping. From the north to the south, we'll make it some noise, showing the world we got the soul and the voice.